They took off a forward in Coutinho and put on a defender in Semedo. That's how dominant Liverpool were for the first 15 minutes, particularly of the second half of this game. So, as great as we know Messi is, and as fantastic as Suarez's goal was, Liverpool were... Barcelona could not get out their half of the first 15 minutes of this game, the second half of this game.
But the problem is they lost 3-0.
And because you started this show by saying, was it because they took the chances? You really could sum that up. Absolutely. Yes, Salah should have scored. Salah had another one saved from Ter Stegen. Mane should have scored. Milner had a couple of chances where he could have done better. So, absolutely, this was not about who were the best team. This was about a team that didn't take the chances, and the other team had a guy called Messi.
By the way, just as a side note, I don't know how a team loses 3-0 and your left back gets a 9 on the player rating.
Oh, Stevie, you said he was excellent as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
absolutely. Played some great balls forward. He made two.
A 9?
He made two.
You lost 3-0.
He made two tackles. He made two tackles that were goal-saving tackles, and every other thing came down the other side.
So
every other thing came down the other side.
A 9.
Absolutely.
Losing 3-0.
Absolutely.
Semi-final Champions League.
Yep.
Okay.
Excellent. Never put a foot wrong all night and saved 2 goals. I don't know what else you want from him.
Well, not allowed 3 goals.
By the way, he put a couple of fantastic balls in the box as well.
Right. I'm not going to get caught up in whether Robertson has a 9 or not. But I can tell you that for anybody, you can't get a 9 when you lose 3-0. I'm just saying.
So if the goalkeeper makes 20 saves and you lose 3-0, you're going to give him a 5.
He doesn't get a 9. But whatever. It's neither here nor there. I will suggest that Ernesto Valverde deserves credit here because the change that you're talking about in recognizing when you see Semedo warming up, it's like, well, maybe he's going to bring him for the pace because they were struggling down that side and Sergio Roberto was struggling. Instead, he takes off Coutinho and he says, you know what? We're going to have to match numbers in the midfield and we're going to have to be able to get some numbers in behind the ball so we can defend. So I get the pace of Semedo, push Sergio Roberto into the midfield, Coutinho, Vidal to the left-hand side, and he forces Liverpool into more crowded areas and it makes Liverpool a whole lot more predictable because it slows Liverpool down. Slowing Liverpool down, then they cannot take advantage of their athleticism and their ability to try to isolate Barcelona in 1v1 situations. After that change happened and Barcelona settled down, they became a different team in the second half. The game was more even, and that's when Barcelona and Lionel Messi took over. That's where they distanced themselves.
It's interesting watching Coutinho play, considering the Coutinho that was at Liverpool and was such a shining star in Barcelona, paid so much money. Alongside Suarez and Messi, he looks so average, doesn't he? So average.
Yeah, but he's not.
But he has been this season for Barcelona. It's going to be a big conundrum for Valverde going forward.
Oh, I agree, but he's not average, but he's playing average.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He is not an average player, he's clearly, but he's playing... I think he's just finding it difficult. One, with the pressure of playing for Barcelona, and 2, with the pressure of... And you saw Messi when Vidal made that mistake, or the poor decision when he was through. Messi was berating him, you know, basically saying, hey, that's just, you know... And I wonder if, you know, there's been a little bit of that as well. A bit like, you know, when Ronaldo and Bale and stuff like that, you know. So I wonder if he's just under the weight of, you know, I have to be somewhere close to what he's doing because they've paid this money for me. And I think it's a bit much for the lad at the moment.
How do you fix that, though? Because they've tried in so many different ways to get Coutinho into the Coutinho that we know.
I tell you what happened that was very clear to me. When Dembele got off the bench and went to warm up, the whole stadium was going crazy. Right. And it has to do with the fact that they prefer Dembele out there on the field than Coutinho. Now, on the subject of Dembele,
that late.
Well, he could have killed this off 100%. See you guys later. It's all over. And even though it's 3-0, it will be nearly impossible for Liverpool to come back. He had 2 chances in the end. In particular, the last one. Make it 4-0, we're not even having a conversation. But Dembele is a guy that gives this team the athleticism that perhaps they don't have with some of the other guys. Luis Suarez running around, although he's a pain in the backside, he's a great striker, and his movement of the ball is fantastic, he doesn't quite have the pace to stretch back lines. Dembele does have that pace, and he can get in behind. And then if he gets in behind, then lines drop back, and then that allows Lionel Messi a whole lot more space. Coutinho doesn't give you that, and he's not giving you much more than that either.
As a player, when you join a club like Barcelona that has superstars in it, people talk about, well, you take time to settle in. Well, what that means is it takes time for you to feel as though you belong. That's, I think, the problem Coutinho's having. It's not that he doesn't have ability. I think he still looks at Messi and Suarez and other players like a wee puppy dog.
Right.
You know, you have to go wherever you go and feel as though you may not be as great as somebody standing next to you, but you're as important to the team. And I don't think Coutinho has settled in that way yet. I still think he feels as though he's still got to prove something rather than just do what you were brought to the club to do.
But the problem is that it's been too long now. We're not 6 months in anymore.
Yeah.
And there's been plenty of time for him to, okay, take that position or taking the approach. What I think with some of these guys, and it happened to Alexis Sanchez as well, is that you got Lionel Messi, and so you feel like you have to play the ball to Lionel Messi. Whereas if you just take the position, you know what, I'm just going to hang out here on the left. Because this is what happened. Lionel Messi is going to create his own space, and he's going to attract a whole lot of attention. And when he attracts a lot of attention, I'm going to be wide open.
Yep.
Instead, he feels like, I got to get involved. I got to get involved. I think less is more, or should be more for Coutinho. And he's neither here nor there. He's got in between and thinking out way too much and not really showing what he's capable of.